Welcome to Rich Thoughts, Poor Jokes, the podcast where meaningful conversations about mental wealth meet a healthy dose of humor. Each week, your hosts, Dr. Roxy Reef-Cole-Cook and Dr. Stephanie Ellis, two of Houston's most respected doctors of counseling and psychology, coach you on the path to mental wealth. They will not just inspire, but entertain you while empowering you to elevate your life.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. If you have listened to our first 3 episodes about motivation, we're going to try to wrap it up for you today. And we want to give you some specific hard things that you might be doing or wanting to do.
Yeah, things we hear from people a lot. Maybe none of these will be specific to you, but we're hoping just to kind of put a little bit of the stuff that we've been talking to into action.
Absolutely.
Right, on some of the topics that we hear a lot about. Right? So let's jump in.
All right. So, and as we go through this, we're going to tell you what the want is, and then we'll kind of give you some strategies, but we'll also circle back and maybe talk about what some of the hurdles might be in that. So kind of just wrapping up all the things that we've already talked about, but in a more specific way. Okay. So let's talk about health and fitness first. Okay.
Hear that one a bunch.
We do. So if somebody comes to us and they say, I want to start a fitness program, because we do hear that, okay? What are the strategies? What do I need to do? Well, one of the first things we said is we have to ask the why.
Start with the why.
So focus on what is this fitness going to do for you? What is it going to give you? And we really hope that those items are going to be super positive, align with your value system, all the things that we've talked about in some of the other episodes, but things like I'm going to get more energy, I'm going to have better health, and longevity, life longevity. What else? Increased confidence. These would all be, better sleep. We know you love that one.
I do.
These would all be things that would be wise, that we would say, okay, these would be really good reasons to invest.
Okay. And then sometimes those all sound like BS. And what are the real reasons that you want to do it? And then there's some wiggle room in there. There's some things where once you find out your real motivations, you might need to change your goal up. But there's a little wiggle room in there. Like, I want to look as good in a bikini as my bestie on this trip.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a middle ground kind of thing. That's like, I can kind of get behind it.
Absolutely.
And the more it is honest, the more the why about my goal is an honest endeavor, the more we're really going to be able to, if you're just like, blah, 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 I want to have better health. And then you're flagging and it's a day when you aren't going to work out and you try to go to this BS motivation, like, I want to have better health. It's not going to work because it doesn't actually have any roots with you.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were going to do all the positive things first. Then we were going to circle back to some of the things that might not work. But you know what? That was perfect because I want people right out of the gate to be able to do an assessment on themselves. Is my reason for motivation, is it honest? Is it true? Is my why even true? That's what I hear you saying.
Yeah.
I think that is valid for sure.
Yeah. And apparently today is going to be one of those days when I just run a little bit amok. So glad you're here with us.
Okay. We also talked about think about future self. So what might that look like in relation to fitness?
Does my future self want me to exercise?
Okay.
Tomorrow self has real mixed feelings.
Okay.
Because tomorrow self has to be sore.
Okay.
But next year self probably does want me to do it.
Right.
And like 20 years from now self probably really wanted me to do it. But it's like, how do I get in touch with those different versions of me tomorrow, next month, next year, next decade?
Great question. Okay. I think also personalizing your goal that you're making in relation to fitness is super important. Okay. So if I say, I want to get in shape. Okay.
What does that even mean?
Right. I want to walk 20 minutes 3 times a week so that I can have energy to keep up with my kids.
Okay, especially the ending part of that was the gift that it's meant to bring you. And then the first part of that, I liked it because it sounded sort of like one of those intermediate, really measurable things you can look at and see how much progress you're making.
Beautiful. Things like focus on the progress. We talked about you can't be a perfectionist. Okay. You've got to be able to tell yourself, this is good enough. We talked about that last time. This is good enough.
How about this is better than nothing?
That. Ooh.
Is it sometimes that?
It is sometimes that. Tracking your small wins, right? We start small, we track those, we celebrate those small wins.
Is it, here I am running amok. Is it ever sometimes not that a small amount of something is better than nothing? Does that ever happen?
Ooh.
I wonder this all the time about
Ooh, that's
taking
a great question.
fish oil.
Oh.
Like you're supposed to get like this certain amount and it's like of the actual thing. And then it's like 3 of the pills. And then I'm like, oh, it's a lot. And then I take 1 and then I'm like, did I meet any kind of threshold here? Like was it even better to take 1 than to take none?
That's a great question.
That might be something that is just worth knowing on your personal journey is
I think that's a fair question.
Like how small of a step can you take where it's still worthwhile?
For sure. And we have to be careful because the fitness gurus out there will say it has to be at least, I don't know what it is, 20 minutes to make it worthwhile. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It
and
just
maybe
feels
that
like
depends on your goal, right? To increase your VO2 max by X amount in this number of weeks, then maybe
fair.
it has to be 20 minutes. But if it's like, for my hips to work well later,
yeah,
a 3-minute walk in the morning is great.
Yeah. Okay. We talked about finding things that you enjoy so it doesn't feel like a punishment. Right? What else?
Can I just say, maybe be open to the good stuff that's happening along the way. Maybe also the opposite of that. But as we're doing these longer term goals and we're pursuing them, let's keep track of what we're tracking. And let's be open to maybe there are other benefits that we're getting that we kind of add to our sense of motivation. Or maybe there's other stuff we didn't expect that's kind of chipping away at us that we need to handle, but we might just not know until we're at a certain point in the process.
Beautiful. Even when we were chatting about the fitness and the fitness goals, and since that's what we're speaking about right now, when I was thinking about like taking a 10-minute walk in nature, that's providing other things too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just about the fitness. That's an important piece of it, but other things alongside that.
Yeah, what if you got some inner peace just then?
Yeah.
What? Bonus. Bonus inner peace. The flip side of that is, so, you know, maybe you're a little overweight, you start going to the gym, you're wearing baggy clothes, you go to the gym, everything's fine. You start losing weight, you're a different place in the process. You're like, ooh, now I'm going to get some of that, like, fun workout, cuteness, hotness.
Cost a gazillion dollars.
Stuff. First, it costs a gazillion dollars, and then you go to the gym, and then you realize you're getting a lot of unwanted attention.
Oh.
Like, oh, snap. Like, why don't I like going to the gym anymore? Why is it not fun? It doesn't feel safe here anymore. Oh, okay. We hit a snag. That's okay. What do we do just because we hit something in the middle of the track? Okay, let's deal with that.
This is the trial and error stuff. I like it. Okay, really quick, a few other little hacks that I've heard along the way when people are doing the fitness thing for motivation. Make a fun new playlist of songs. You said don't get a workout outfit or get a workout outfit and see how it works for you, right?
Maybe that's wanted attention.
Right.
Know what I'm saying?
Right. Fitness tracker. Writing things on your calendar. Oh, we're big on that, right? Putting it down.
The people who like gamification of stuff, like with their trackers and things, seem to really like it. My husband is one of those people, and he likes stuff to be gamified and have points and see a score change and stuff like that. And
Or list makers that put it on the calendar and they get to put a line through it.
feels nice. I don't know.
Okay, so hurdles that can get in the way. This negative self-talk we've said. It's never going to happen. I didn't do enough. This is too hard.
With fitness, overdoing is, I think, one of the things. Like, here we go, first workout. I did this too. This was like a while back during one of the bouts of trying to figure out how to do a fitness life. Got a personal trainer, went in, crushed it, couldn't walk up the stairs for 3 days, crawled up the stairs.
Okay.
That wasn't good.
That's working against you.
Overdid it.
And your motivation. We hear things like the cost of it. So again, these are things that you have to specify in your own system to make it work, right? You don't have to join a $200 a month gym. Find other things that are going to work with your plan of reaching your goal. Because that's just going to get in the way of your motivation. You're like, this is so expensive, I can't keep it going. Well, no, because you really can't. Time, right? Make that work for you and not get in the way. Ooh, fears, right? Fears of things being physically too hard, the mental fears, all or nothing thinking.
Like slow results is one I hear with sort of diet, exercise kind of goals in general.
Yes.
Pretty regular.
Yes. Okay, that's fitness. Let's move on.
Okay.
Another one we hear in this health realm is I want to eat healthier or have better nutrition.
Eat healthier / better nutrition. Go ahead and please say what that means to you.
That's it. I mean, I think that's what you're saying. It has to fit what you're defining, your definition. Because I've even heard people going to, which I'm not pooing on this, to a nutritionist, but what they align for you may not at all be doable and or not at all what you're wanting to have, right? Like, again, back to this other thing, and we're going to talk about the barriers in a minute, but it's gotta align, right, with your life. It needs to align with your whys, and so we can't really strategize and create this plan until we know what those things are.
And it has to be pleasant enough,
right,
to be pursuable.
Yes.
Right. So fitness, I feel like that really fits, and then the nutrition thing really fits. I mean, you can give me a list of recipes to follow all day long, but I'm not going to eat stuff I'd rather not eat.
Right.
To eat stuff I don't want to eat.
Right. Okay. So start small. We've said that over and over again. You need to make healthy food convenient for you. Convenience is a huge thing when we're doing this. Well, lots of things, but for sure with eating. Take out the garbage, because you said that. I mean, if you've got the bag of chips on the counter, you're going to either...
Yeah, make it easier.
Do that.
Right?
For sure.
So you're not just suffering. Even when you're winning, then you're suffering.
Right.
When that stuff's around.
Absolutely. And I've heard this a bunch, like, and this is just a psychology thing, where if we absolutely always tell ourselves no and we're restricting all the time and there's no wiggle room, it
at least doesn't make it easy to do other things in the world.
Right.
I cannot remember the exact contour of this study, but it did have to do with like avoiding eating radishes or avoiding eating cookies. And like the people who had to avoid eating the cookies, whenever they had to do the next thing that involved some self-control, they were just a hot mess. So it's like, that's it. I'm all done. Right? And so when you're chronically dieting, there's other things that go with that too. If you are sort of like having fewer calories, one of the things your body does is like, why are we having fewer calories? We're more hungry than we used to be. Surprise. And then it does that. So you end up being like 25% hungrier for every 100 calories fewer you're eating. It's crazy. A lot of things are working against you.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's another call to make it small, to make it doable, to make it as pleasant as possible. and not to be on like full on restriction mode all the time. You will shout at your kids.
Right. Yeah.
Or something. Some other kind of thing that you don't want to do is coming out.
Agitation, for sure.
Yeah.
We said flexibility. We said create the environment. Yeah, those are pretty good. That's a good start for.
Is there like a self-talk thing do you ever do about eating healthy foods?
Yeah, for sure. More questioning kind of stuff. So, like stopping and going, okay, is this choice align with what it is I'm trying to, accomplish? Or if I have this now, how am I going to feel in 2 hours? Like that kind of thing? Is that what you're speaking about? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just meant there's a lot of there's like a lot of crappy talk, self-talk, I feel like in this realm, in the fitness, body, eating.
For sure.
There's just like a lot of shamey stuff.
Yeah.
Out there, which doesn't work.
Don't
shame
do that.
Always just spirals us into the behavior that we didn't want in the first place.
Absolutely. Which is why we have to go back to the flexibility. You have to have the self-compassion, right? That it's not just about the perfectionism piece. Okay, hurdles for eating healthy. I'm busy. My kids, they don't eat this food.
There always be Cheez-Its at my house.
Right.
They're always there.
God, I love cheese.
They're always open.
Oh, Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
I thought you said cheeses.
No.
Oh, okay. And I was thinking about
No, that's like a grown-up
smoked
food.
Gouda.
Oh. That could be at my house more often.
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. Things like when we don't have time, now we're just going to eat out all the time. Okay. Stress.
When we don't have energy, we're just going to order in all the time.
Right. Right. Here's one. Exhaustion, yes, but also just being uneducated, like in this area. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's a piece of that where you don't know and you think you're making good choices, but maybe not.
Yeah. Or the opposite, you're overeducated.
Yeah.
By which I mean, again, this is a space that's getting really, really, really full of lots and lots of specific information. And like sometimes too much information. It's overwhelming. It's like when I get really overwhelmed, am I going to make like a medium good choice or am I going to eat a cowboy cookie? I'm going to eat a cowboy cookie. That's what goes with the feeling of overwhelm.
For real.
Like
For
a chicken
real.
salad does not go with a sense of overwhelm.
Right. That's fair. Okay. So I guess what I'm hearing you say is sometimes we have to tackle the other stuff, exhaustion, get some sleep. So then we might be continuing to, or at least do better at making some healthier eating choices.
I think maybe, so with the eating thing, I know I've said this before in a different realm, but this actually is sort of like a nutrition. Somebody says this, right? But I think it works for the fitness thing too, which is divide your day up into 4 pieces, which is one of those examples that we say of taking a really, really big goal and make it as small as you need it to be to feel like you're making some progress.
Yes.
So that if you blow it at breakfast, you just fix it at lunch.
That's wonderful.
That I think that works in both of these ways. It's like, oh, well, I had a plan to get up and actually do a whole workout this morning. Okay, didn't do it, but now it's lunchtime. All right, okay, I could just go for a 15-minute walk during my lunch break.
It's good. I like it. Oh, one more. Healthy food sucks. The taste. I mean, okay, so that's the thing, right? And
Sometimes
people
it
say
does.
sometimes it does. And so just you're making a choice.
Especially when your palate is really used to like highly processed, highly salty, highly ultra flavored
sugar.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, again, back to then making the adjustments and why. It may not be as pleasurable. There's another one of those P's that you talked about, but it could be maybe on Saturday when you have something that is delicious and sugary or a box of Cheez-Its.
Or a serving of Cheez-Its at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I don't know.
That. All right. The last one I'm going to sum up really easily. Are you ready? Sleep. I know you want to talk about it again, but here's the thing. go listen to our sleep podcast. Dr. Ellis is a guru here. And if you want to make this really, we talked about all this in our other series, but what it's going to give you later, what it's going to cost you if you don't. But the whys are pretty important. And you've always said this is at the top of the list.
Makes everything better.
That.
But same principles here. So go back and listen because all the hows are in that other series that we did. But don't be a crazy person.
Right.
Same thing. You don't need to get overwhelmed. The more overwhelmed you get with making your changes, the less likely you are to make them.
For sure.
One thing at a time. Start with small changes. Check your progress. Trial and error, just like everything else.
Absolutely. And we do realize that there are some things that are getting in the way just because you're allowing them to get in the way, too. I mean, if you're consistently scrolling, staying up late watching TV, doing all these things, again, we talk about this.
And should you make yourself not do that with willpower? Nope.
No.
Manage temptation in your environment.
And we do know there are hurdles. There are times that there's medical stuff, health stuff, stress, kids, that have to be, tended to, and schedules and all that good stuff. But again, this is an area that you could make little changes that could have big results.
Yeah, address your obstacles. Don't just take a push through mindset.
Yes. Very good. Okay. All right. Let's switch gears. Let's look at now motivation in wealth and career.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So one of the things that we hear the most is, I want more money. I want more money.
Who doesn't?
Right. Okay.
How much more money do you want?
Yeah. Great question.
And why?
Back to the why.
Go to the why. Because money's especially is one of those things where, like, the more of it we get, the more accustomed we get to having it.
For sure.
And it does not take long at all before we feel like we're sort of back in a state of deprivation, even though we have more than we've ever had before.
For sure. Agreed. And again, you have to define these things for yourself, because just saying I want financial security, what does that even mean? Or I want to pay off my debt. Okay, all of it, some of it. So we want to think about those things.
What would I do with the extra money? Say so beforehand.
Yes.
Don't say after I have the extra money, I'll figure out what to do with it. It will already have been slipped away into some crack.
Right. Okay. What else? Oh, set some specific targets, right? An example of that would be instead of just saying, I want to make more money, I want to earn $1,000, an extra $1,000 over the next 6 months. Okay. Okay. Now you put your system in place on what does that look like and how am I going to do this? And it might be starting smaller. It may not be $1,000. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Are we talking about income, or are we going to talk about savings? Are we going to talk about that later?
No. Well, we can. We can talk about that and paying off debt.
Yeah.
Because making money is one thing we hear a lot of, but also saving money and paying off debt. Okay. Let's do that as a separate.
Okay.
All right. So making more money, maybe even saying things like, do I need to have another skill set? Do I need to invest in something there so that I can, and that doesn't always mean like certification, degree, whatever. We're talking about like, if I need to work on my communication, my leadership, my
Excel spreadsheets.
That. Yeah.
My pivot tables.
Right.
She says like she knows what a pivot table is.
And my AI tools.
Stuff. My AI goodness.
Right.
Well, and that's one of those things where I think probably you need another person. What are the chances that the sort of really clear, kind of straightest path to whatever this goal is that you've made for yourself, if that is like move up in my company, well, to what level? Or make more money. Okay, how much? There's a person who has gone before you.
Yes.
who's going to know more about how to do that thing.
Ooh, I like that so much.
It's one of those things where a lot of times we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
And so, and then you try, you get stuck, you feel stuck, it feels terrible. It's like, oh, no. All along, all I needed was this one thing somebody else could have told me.
Absolutely. Or specifically, there are people out there that do this for a living. Mm-hmm. Okay. By the way, that's just a little side note. When you are wanting to, well, maybe I'll talk about that when we talk about saving money or paying off debt. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
So make this personal. That's another one. We want to say that always throughout, right? It's your personal vision of what that actually means. You have to look at your own stats. What am I earning now? What does my daily life look like? What kind of budget? I mean, those are the things that are going to actually get you motivated when you see the profit and loss statement. It might do what it's supposed to do, right? But ultimately, we go back to if you're just chasing money alone without a reason behind it that fits you personally, fits your values, et cetera, then keeping that motivation going.
Yeah. And you don't have any chance of being satisfied.
No, that. Hurdles, budget,
Time.
excessive spending, time,
Knowledge.
Oh, here's one.
Willingness to be uncomfortable.
I want to make more money, but in order to get where I want to be, I need my spouse on board.
Ooh, talk about values, hierarchy, and conflict.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's one that can arise. Maybe you've capped out on where you are, like career-wise or job-wise or whatever. So again, back to that skill set. Okay. Another one we hear, I want a promotion or a new title.
Yeah. Why? Why? What title do you want and why do you want it? What will it give you? Usually people don't just want money. They don't just want a title. They want something that goes with that. They want more PTO or they want more flexibility. They want a different range of job tasks. They want more freedom in their workday. They want more freedom outside their workday. Check and see if that's going to happen. A lot of people, when they move up, it like with many things, the grass is not that green when you get over there.
Right. Yeah, I have this higher title. I got this promotion, but all these new responsibilities come with it. Ugh.
Yeah,
And now I'm here till 7:00.
It's a good reminder to do the sort of clarity of the goal at the outset as much as you can.
Okay.
Where will I be if things stay the same?
Yeah.
That's kind of a nice one for the fitness and health goals too that I think we didn't say out loud.
sure.
Which is like, if things stay the same, if I stay on the track that I'm on.
Do you know, I think that will fit with all
Maybe
of this.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a nice one. Where will if
important.
everything stays the same, where will I be in 1 year, 5 year, 10 years?
Absolutely. Yeah. I would say also go back to this mindset piece. If you start envisioning what that is and what that looks like while you're planning this out, just act like this next level and just see what that feels like. You know what I mean? But I like the idea of talking to someone too. You know, what does this entail so that you know? But just asking yourself all the questions like, what is this going to look like with, you know, or how is this going to affect my personal life? What would someone in this next role be doing? And, you know,
What do we think about the idea? This is one of those things I'm wondering now if it fits with every sort of goal. Is there a person like me who's doing this well?
yeah.
Is there a person in this job position who's like me? And then whatever are those variables that you think are important to you, right? So like who's a woman who has a baby? Because that's an important thing. So, okay, well, she could do it well. It's doable. Or there's a person who has a family and they're caring for somebody. Do they have enough time to balance their? Is there a person who's balancing family and this job title well in a way that I would want to do it? First, to see if it's possible. And then that person has got to be a good source of information. right? About how to get it done.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. And just reminding yourself too that it may not happen in the time frame, because like we talked about before, you may have your idea, I'm going to do this, and this in the next 5 years, but advancement in all areas, no matter what it is it could take longer than what you mapped out or what you had expected. Okay. Hurdles. Just people you don't see you like in that. I don't know how to say this nicely. If you're just not a leader, you're not seen as a leader, right? Maybe that's back to the skill set or whatever that might.
Competition.
Yeah.
Also, strangely, doing a really good job in the job that you're in, which is like you have to do to get promoted, but then also sometimes people don't want to promote you because they need you and you're indispensable doing the thing that you're
that's
doing.
a good point.
It's like a weird little hurdle there.
Yeah.
That you might need to talk to somebody industry specific.
For sure.
To sort out.
And sometimes you just have limited visibility, right? You don't have an opportunity to get in front of the people that would be giving you that promotion or changing your title or whatever. So finding ways to do that, but that could be a hurdle. And confidence level. Sometimes we need to work on our own stuff before we can show up and present in these other ways or other areas.
Yeah. Salary change, promotions, also, those things are pretty, let's say they don't usually happen more than once a year. It would be unusual, right? And so we are talking about a kind of big ask with a specific cutoff.
Right.
It's like that you make or you don't make. So it's important along the way to be, goodness gracious, don't apply yourself learning all of these new skills that you're not going to want to have at the end if it doesn't work out. Right? And that's part of it being
Beautifully
pursuable.
stated. Yeah.
And so if you're going to learn something new, make it something you want to know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's circle back to saving.
Ooh, savings and debt management. Yeah. I hear a lot. I want to save more.
Yeah. I've always heard give every dollar a purpose.
Oh, okay.
So this idea of that's the goal, right? That's not just the amount or the balance or the budget or whatever, but it actually has a purpose. And once that part is done and taken care of, then you'll see there's a lot of extra that comes after.
I like the idea of thinking of saving really as a verb. Right? Saving is one of the important things I do with my money. It's not the last thing I do.
Right.
It's not what I just sort of like do with whatever's left over.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, all the basics. Ask the whys, visualize the future self.
Yeah. If I have this much in my savings account in 10 years from now, how am I going to feel?
Yeah. Celebrate progress that you make, right?
This is a nice one because you can have incredibly small incremental changes and they all count.
They do. And it goes back to that little bit and you recognizing that that's there and that progress has been made gives you momentum, keeps the motivation going or can, right?
And this is one of those things too where when you have a challenge, so let's say you have a $500 emergency and that comes out of your savings, it's almost already a win because you had that money when you needed it.
Yeah.
Right? And so there's a nice reframe there, even when things are, quote unquote obstacles.
Yeah. Okay. One more. How about, I like this a lot. Instead of we a lot of times we look at what we're missing out on, right? If we start to save or we don't purchase these things or whatever that looks like, but really hyper-focusing on what we're gaining, right? And that, kind of flipping that. I'm going to get this bigger reward later. That's the game.
Well, and there's a reason that a lot of, like when kids are doing a fundraiser or something and they make a big poster and the poster is a thermometer and it, fills up to a certain, with every little bit that they get.
Yes.
Because that's the kind of thing, monitoring that incremental growth, that how often do people check their savings accounts compared to their checking accounts?
Right.
No.
Yeah. Good point. Okay. So hurdles, no real clarity, no real clear goals, lifestyle creeps.
Spending money's too easy.
Right.
That it's a big hurdle. We do not use money the way
Mm-hmm.
that money. Listen, it's possible that money shouldn't even be part of the human experience,
Mm-hmm.
right? That we should just only be bartering all the time. But then there was money, and it was this fake stuff that we gave each other.
Mm-hmm.
But there was still a little bit of pain associated with giving it, right? And joy with receiving something. And then there were credit cards, and we lost all the pain of having to give away our paper money.
That's
now
it.
we don't even have to use credit cards, right? We're just like tap or click, and it's gone. So
Mixed with, when you were saying all that, I was thinking we just have all this immediate gratification too. It's so easy. We can get things, pretty much anything and everything we want on a menu in what, an hour? Less than an hour?
too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy to spend. And so this is one of those ones where I just really want to give people a lot of love and grace and be
Right.
like, you are not the problem.
Yes.
This world that we have created when it comes to overspending is the problem.
Right.
Now, it's your problem, and we still have to figure out a way to manage the temptation in the environment.
Yes.
The old thing used to be put your credit card in the freezer, but of course that doesn't even work anymore, so we have to be more creative
Right.
with things like that. But it's not you, right? So it's not shame. This doesn't need to be a shame thing. This can be a how do I manage my environment
You bet.
to make this possible?
And sometimes those are the hacks, right, that we have to really implement and put into place. Like, for example, automatic transfers. That money is not there. It goes. It goes away. Like you don't see it.
Yep.
Right? It's
And
already
it comes
out
out first.
That.
Yeah.
Meeting with an advisor is the one that I was going to say earlier. Super good. And people get scared of that. They're like, well, I don't make enough. No, they're not. There's some companies that won't meet with you, but there's a lot of people out there that will advise you, help you, invest, all that good stuff.
And listen, I have to, when I click something on Amazon, I have to immediately click it into my cart and into save for later. It's in like an automaticity that I had to make for myself so that it doesn't stay in my cart, so that I have to go look for it at least twice.
Oh,
So to take
that's
it
a
out of Amazon,
good hack.
into my saved, and then I have to go take it out of my saved and put it into my cart. Now listen, I still buy too much stuff. This is not foolproof, you guys, but it's one little piece of something that is helpful.
I like it. It's good. That's the opposite of what I do. And then I will admit there have been times when I went to purchase one thing and I realized I still had 6 other things in my cart and they all showed up.
Yep.
And I'm like, Christmas. Yeah, and
Yay.
and yay. Okay. So another area that we hear often is I need motivation in my relationships.
I know. I hear it too.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is. And I think some of this we can bundle up. That even if we don't hit on all of the areas, they're going to fit across the board with some of the same techniques and strategies to stay motivated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and so why are we not motivated these days? I would say because it's hard, right? We, especially in a post-COVID world, very disconnected.
Yes.
A lot of stuff is online. There's not these sort of automatic pools of like people to just sort of run into. I think it is legitimately harder these days to make new friends or to find a romantic partner or to find a romantic partner that's going to stick.
Yeah, for sure. So going back to what we've said across the board, what's your why? So we want to make sure we're asking, why am I wanting to do this? What's this friendship or partnership going to add to my world,
Will
to my
you
life?
say why people might want to do it? Because I know some people, especially some young people, who are they're over it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, there isn't a why. I
Absolutely.
can't imagine why I would want to do that.
Yep. Great
It's
question.
too painful to imagine, and I can't imagine what's good about it. What's good about?
Companionship, Emotional support in times maybe of need. Some shared experiences. When I say companionship, I also mean like fun and things we can experience together.
It's actually fun to be with other people.
Yeah.
It's more fun to be with other people than it is to be alone.
Yeah.
Says me, the person who doesn't like parties. I mean,
Right.
but you are made for
Connection and belongingness. That's another one, right? I mean, that's how we're wired. What about
and loneliness is really bad for you.
that?
Makes you incredibly prone to depression and to dying early.
For sure. And then on the positive side, somebody to just celebrate things, celebrate life, celebrate successes, that kind of thing.
And if you don't at least have friends, how are you going to afford to live these days?
Right.
Like, you got to have a roommate
Right.
at a minimum, whether you're sleeping with that person or not.
Right.
Not to be too pragmatic about it.
Practical. I think also when you get ready to go into this, the why would be like also looking at what, not just why, but what am I trying to create here, right? Also the when I said all the positive things that align with this, if you can't and you're hyper focusing on the ugly stuff, which that's a hurdle, rejection and things like that, then yeah, it's not going to look that peachy. What about first investing in yourself though?
Social skills group?
Before we jump out there and
Is that what we're saying?
yeah, kind of
Like everybody needs some. One of two things. You might, maybe you do need to work on some stuff before you're a pleasant person to be with.
right
Okay, please work on that.
to find the right mate or one at all.
or friendship group even.
Right. Okay.
And if you need to go to a social skills group, they actually are out there. You might also be able to do that if you are willing to tolerate putting yourself out there. You will get feedback that isn't that pleasant in the form of rejection, but it will help you figure out, what does work and what doesn't work out there in the world. So
Absolutely. And again, remembering that it's, we're going to be open about this. We're going to, think of it as we're learning along the way too, right? About people and who's out there and about ourselves when all this is occurring. But we have to have a little bit of patience too.
And I'm going to take that and say something real pragmatic.
Okay.
Like almost jaded pragmatic.
Okay.
If I have as many friends in 5 or 10 years as I have now, what will my life be like? So do you want to wait? Do you want a decade from now to be the person who's on the dating market? Or do you
That's
want you
brilliant.
today to do some of that work now?
Yeah. What's it going to cost me if I don't do it or try now? Ooh, that's good.
I know.
That's really good.
I mean, it
though.
hurts, but it's good.
Okay. So hurdles would be just, I don't know, you got to put yourself out there, maybe some limited opportunities. So we definitely have to do that. But we talked about the fears. So, and I said that earlier, like rejection.
Social anxiety is the order of the day among the 20-year-olds.
For sure. Past hurts. Like I've been burned before, so this feels way too scary.
Yeah.
That'll get it in the way. Unrealistic expectations.
That too, right? So go out there and be a decent person to hang out with, but also hang out with all decent people.
Yep.
So that you can have a wide enough band to find some good besties or a romantic partner.
Prioritize it. I like it. Okay. Last one. Let's look at, we're already in a relationship and I want to improve it. Okay. In whatever area, communication, boundaries, conflict resolution. I want more sex, better sex, more intimacy, whatever it might be, but improving your relationship.
This one seems to me, at least with people who come in the office, like the why part is usually there. And that thing about like, if my life is the same in 10 years, I feel like that part's usually done.
Yes.
It's the biggest hurdle seems to be, I think it's the other person who needs to change.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot here on what can I do? Where are the changes I can make? The good news is you're necessarily already in a little system,
Right.
which means if you make even a small change, the system has to change with you. It just will.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's okay for you to be the person who's making changes, even if it's not quote unquote fair.
Absolutely. Can we also look at starting and asking yourself, like, why did I choose this person to start with? Right? I mean, what attracted me to this person? You know, what's some meaningful memories and things that we've already shared that would make me want to stay in this? So I'm going to adjust these things to get back to maybe even some of that goodness. There's that.
That's nice.
Yeah. Focus on what you can control yourself.
Yeah.
And not the other person. You kind of said that, like, it's you. It's you.
If only my partner would do X, Y, Z different, then everything would be fine. Well,
Yeah.
usually not.
No. Think of growing as an investment, right? This idea of, and we were talking about the financial stuff earlier, right? But if I make these small little tries or changes now, what's that going to look like in, a year from now?
Yeah. Small changes lead to big changes is
Yeah.
the sort of mantra of solution-focused therapy. And you'd be surprised because of that system's influence about how much a very, very small change can blow up into something really good.
Absolutely. Okay. You said this in one of the earlier episodes somewhere about, I don't even know if it was about this, but I would say this is a question to ask yourself. Is the grass really greener somewhere else? Right?
Yep.
I mean, because the grass is greener. What's that
When
saying?
you water
when
it.
you water it. That's it.
Oh, is that a saying?
Yes.
I thought I was
it
being
is.
funny just then.
No,
I like that.
is for sure. So invest, give some effort, have some understanding, give some care to it. Hurdles.
Life. We have put our partners sometimes on the kind of lowest rung of the ladder.
Busy.
And not always in a poorly intentioned way,
Right.
right? I mean, we got to go to work and we got to take care of the kids, and so it just happens sometimes.
Built up resentment already that maybe needs to be attended to before you now go back and keep trying and investing more.
Yeah, I
That's
find
one.
that a lot by the time that people get into therapy.
Right. You just avoid conflict. So you just go get busy somewhere else.
Which does end up building
Not make it a
resentment,
priority. Yeah,
even though you're not intending that.
for sure. Okay, well, we hope that we have given you some practical strategies, some things to try. And remember, it is trial and error. We do recognize there are some hurdles, but if you, right out of the gate, are questioning and asking yourself, why do I want to get motivated in this area, stay motivated in this area, start small and just try some of these things that we've chatted about. And hopefully that will get you on your path.
Yeah, a clear goal, a clear, reasonable goal with a good reason that has a clear, pursuable plan. And then you start small, address obstacles along the way.
That's it.
Yeah.
And get some help if it's not working out as you want it to, or you just really can't even figure out what the hurdle is, for sure. Well, thank you for joining us for this series about motivation. We have something new and exciting coming your way, and we'd ask that you go back and listen to our previous episodes, but also stay tuned for what's new and coming.
And
Please
drop us any questions.
Please.
Because we'll do a Q&A on motivation if you guys want. So send them in, richthoughtspoorjokes@gmail.com.
And like and subscribe and follow.
Catch you next time.
Thank you for tuning in to Rich Thoughts, Poor Jokes. We hope today's episode offered insight or possibility, a new perspective on your mental wealth journey. Tune in next week for more strategies to drive success. Please consider subscribing or sharing this episode with someone else because your mental wealth matters. And a few rich thoughts and poor jokes can help you live with abundance.